How's it going, everyone? Unretired here, and today I'm going to show you a build variation of my Saboteur Firestorm build. So this build will be Elementalist, which is a Demolitionist plus Shaman hybrid build. Alright, so this is another dual wield build. It's not necessarily the same thing, but I concentrated more on fire compared to lightning this time. So I will show you stats points, gear, skill points, devotion. I won't make a devotion setup video because the devotion setup is very easy, and I'll have a bit more explanation on that part once we're all done here. Alright, so for stats points, including what I have in devotions at the moment, I am at 872 physique, 483 for cunning, and 337 for spirit. Now don't forget, for spirit, if you want to be able to put on some good medals, amulets, the higher tier ones, you do need quite a bit of spirit. So let's say we take our Heart of Elzwyn, for instance, you need 334. So I barely have enough for it. Alright, and if I have, let's say, Pyroclasm, well, you only need level 58. Well, some of them actually have some requirements though. Alright, so yeah, so for spirit, that's done. Cunning wise, I did go for 483 because I am dual wielding 2 Stormheart blades, and you need 471. I did put a couple of more points into there. If you don't want to put more than 471, you can definitely put the rest into physique. Now, gear wise, I went more for the Elzwyn set. So if we take a look at the Elzwyn set, this is pretty much like the Firestorm one, alright? So if you haven't seen the Firestorm one, link it will be in the description, and it will be on the Firestorm build for this build as well. So if we look at the set, so 2 set bonus was 70 to each fire damage, lightning damage, 3 set 60% burn damage with 100% increased duration. And I only have 4 pieces. I didn't think that the 5-piece set would be beneficial in this instance, especially since it's a 2-handed range guns. I don't want to use that. I hardly ever use range builds anyways. So 4 set is good here. So 4 set, you get +2 to all skills and demolitionists, which is really good. Perfect. So if we look at Elzwyn's, we have our headpiece, we have our Elzwyn's chest guard as well. We have our Elzwyn shoulder guard. Alright, and as you notice, there's always like +2 to static strike, +2 to Elzwyn's wrath, explosive strike, vindictive flame. This one has +3 to flame touch, and the Heart of Elzwyn has +2 to temper and +2 to fire strike. So it does add lots of individual points, plus the 2-point skill that adds overall. So let's put our Elzwyn right there. So we got our 4-piece, and as you can see, it gives us our set bonuses. Now for components that went out into the gear, I'll really leave it up to you. Depends on the roll that you get on your drop. So let's say this chest guard had 21 chaos resistance and 16% elemental resistance, whereas you can probably get maybe let's say 19 chaos resistance and a 19% or 20% elemental resistance. So it really depends on what you're getting on the components that you're going to put in to get your resistances set up. Now for other pieces, like I said, I do have 2 storm hearts. Now you're probably wondering, how are you able to duel if you're shaman and demolitionist? Well, I made this relic, Blade Mancer's Talisman. It enables me to use 2 one-handed weapons. I mean, it's not the best relic that you can use, but I really wanted something to dual wield, so this is what I got. For belt, I don't have the belt for +1 demolitionist. It's probably one of the only ones I don't have, so I took Tinker's Ingenuity this time for all the resistances and the constitution and increased health regeneration. Sorry. For metal, I have a Pyroclasm Mark. This actually enables you to dual wield pistols, but I don't have pistols. I don't like range. But it does have +2 to Elzwyn's Wrath, Vindictive Flame, the resistances, defense, It does have lightning damage, electrocute damage, but the fire damage on it is very good, plus 50% and plus 62% burn damage. I believe it's probably one of the best in slots that you can get if you're going fire damage, right? And a bit of lightning damage at the same time. For hands, I use the Wormborn handguards. It gives me pluses to skills that I'm not even going to use, but it has good health, offensive ability, fire, lightning damage, electrocute, and burn on duration. Burn damage with increased duration, excuse me. And it gives you a Volcanic Worm's Breath on a 10% chance of attack. Very good. For boots, I just took Storm Titan Threads, not only because it has lots of health, plus a percentage of health, but adds some lightning damage, resistance as well, lightning retaliation, plus your plus 2 to each of Counter Strike and Ulzrin's Wrath. Counter Strike is a soldier, but Ulzrin's Wrath is something that we will be using. For pants, I put Hellforged Leg Plates. Now, I could have taken Storm Cage Leg Guards, but like I've mentioned, I wanted something more fire-based, so I went with these ones. It has good, so-so defensive ability, but it has good resistances, plus 2 to Vindictive Flame as well, plus a granted skill called Ring of Flame, so it's a 30% chance when hit by melee attacks. It's actually pretty good. You guys will see it once I start showing you the gameplay. It's in one of my favorite areas in Tyrant Fold. And for rings, now this is totally up to you if you want to use these 2 rings. I use Open Hand of Mercy and Close Fist of Vengeance, right? Just because it gives you this 2-set bonus of Sealed of Fate. It is 100% chance on critical attack. You seal the fate of your foes, confident in the judgment up on you. Well, basically, just like get wrecked, right? That's what it means. Alright, let's go take a look at our skills, and afterwards I'll show you the devotion and some gameplay. So I went full shaman, so up to 50 points. I do have 12 on 12 here, plus the skills from my my weapons. So how about I just take everything off here. It'll be much easier for you guys to see the amount of points that I have. Right. Take this off. Take everything off. Right. So without the gear, sorry, I put max into Shaman, so 12 into Wendigo Totem for some heals, 12 into Stormcaller's Pact, the crit and the electrocute damage, frostburn damage, and whatever not is very good. And for me, it was a must to put max points into it. I put max points into Mog Drogon's Pact. You don't really need to put maximum points here. You can redistribute them. I would have to say more maybe into Grasping Vines with Entangling Vines, and maybe 1 or 2 points into Blood Pact. It's really up to your gameplay style, okay? 10 points into Heart of the Wild, 34% health. I'm sorry, but that's a must, so 10 points max into here, and 10 point max for the 36% pierce resistance, plus 100 armor and all that good stuff. It's more for the resistances more than anything else. Now for Demolitionist, I only went until 25 points. I really wanted to put lots of points into my main skills here, my main passive skills. Alright, so 16 out of 16 Vindictive Flame, super good for this build. We'll get lots of plus skills to it as well. I only put 1 point at Ulzrin's Wrath because I will have some pluses in it as well. Please put at least 10 to 12 for Flashbang and 8 out of 10 in Searing Light for that stun. I put 4 out of 12. I kind of had some points left, so I usually have 1 point here, but I put 4. 3 points into here is a must for it for the 100% chance of stun, 3 to 4 seconds. It does do a total damage modifier by minus 35%, but that doesn't matter because you're wrecking everything anyways. Max Fire Strike, Max Explosive Strike with 1 point into Searing Strike. Okay, if you're using melee weapons, which I am. I put 2 points into Static Strike. I could probably just put 1 point into here, but it was mostly to get 12 out of 12 with gear. 12 out of 12 for Flame Touch, and I put 8 out of 12 for Temper. Now, Temper, because it adds armor, physical damage, pierce damage, not so, I don't really need that much, but plus, since I have the Blade Master Relic, it does add pierce damage, so might as well just get that. Retaliation damage, it's not super important for this build, but it is what it is. So if we put all the gear on, let's put everything here. Alright, if we have everything on, we're at 17, 12, 12, 12, 16, 12, 16, 12, 12, 12, 6 out of 12 for canister. See? 12 out of 12, 10, 10, 24 out of 16, super good, 9 out of 12. And for Shaman, the only thing that really changes is our Stormcaller's pack. Right, so if we go on to Devotion, Devotion is it's pretty straightforward. You want to get at least Chariot of the Dead and Alzwin's Torch, alright? Now, I still have 4 points here into the Crossroads. Really up to you what you want to do with them, how you want to reassign them. I was mostly going to reassign them into some more defensive nodes like health and defense, maybe into like plus 15 defense, something like that, right? Something that'll add more defensive ability for you. Anyways, you want to max out Lion, which is health, spirit, all the damage, Sailor's Guide, all Viper. You want to have all into Scholar's Light, Hawk, Empty Throne. With these ones, pretty much you'll be able to get your main constellations, which is Fiend, Chariot of the Dead, Alzwin's Torch, and Behemoth. Alright, so all these 4 have skills. So this skill, Flame Torrent, you know, adds flames around you. Very good. It's super easy to get 20 out of 20 out of this. Chariot, Wayward Chariot, so Wayward Soul, 100% chance when hit by a critical, and the skill is actually pretty good. Behemoth, it is for Giant's Blood, so you know, once you get down to a certain percentage, your health is restored by, well, this time 8%, because then it's only a 4 out of 12. And for Alzwin's Torch, so I'll just show you, so it has lots of fire damage. Alright, crit, fire resistance, burn, and Meteor Shower. I love Meteor Shower. Very good. Okay, so let's take a look at their skills here. So we put Stormcaller's Pack, Mogwiggan, Vindictive Flame, our Flame Touch, and I do have a what you call the Purified Salt for Aether Ward Aura, because you know I didn't have enough for my resistances. I only have 75% for Aether resistance, but that's not too bad. It's not that much of a big deal, quite honestly. As long as you're close to that 80% mark, you're golden, right? So basically, you'll just have Canister, you'll have Wendigo, and you'll have a Bloodthirster. Put your Fire Strike and your Flashbang here. Let's go into Tyrant's Hole, and I'll just show you how amazing this is. So you can just go in. So it just continues on and on. Right. This is a reflective mob, it doesn't matter because you can just flashbang him and that's it, you're done. Just continue on. I love it here because it just everything just showers everywhere, and it's not like the Saboteur where you do have a Shadow Strike and you can just escape. You will need to use potions at some point or form. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, look at this. I mean, I'm not really stopping that much. Let's go see more here. Start off with your flashbang. Just continue on. Obviously, these mobs are so much easier than, let's say, you know, in Bastion, but it doesn't matter. Like, your guys are still gonna go down fairly quickly. Yeah. That's pretty much the build, guys. This is the build variation to my Firestorm Saboteur. I hope you do enjoy this Elementalist. You know, if you do have any suggestions, comments whatsoever, they are always appreciated. Just put them below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible, as always. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you enjoy. Try it out. I'm sure you'll have as much fun as I am having right here. I'm not even stopping. It's just ridiculous. Right? Yeah. Alright, well, I'm Untitled, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video.